Aesop's Fables. Stone Soup.
Read and presented by George Pitropogiannakis.
One stormy day, a traveler knocked at the door of a castle. "Could you spare me a bit of food? I am terribly hungry."
Be off with you. We cannot give food to every beggar who comes to the door.
"Well, if you will not give me something to eat, will you at least let me dry my clothes by the fire?"
All right, you may sit by the fire, but not one scrap of food do you get.
Later in the kitchen. "Do you happen to have an empty pot you are not using?"
Why?
"If you would just lend me an empty pot, I could make myself some stone soup."
Stone soup? Never heard of it.
"Then you have missed a rare treat. I will be happy to make some for all of us if you will just lend me a pot."
This I must see.
The servant brought an empty pot.
Now, what do you do?
"First, I must get some water." By this time, all of the servants were so curious that they followed the traveler outside. Did you ever hear of stone soup?
No, I never did.
Then the traveler picked up a stone.
I must have just the right kind of stone for the soup. This one will be perfect.
They all went back into the castle kitchen. "Now, will you be good enough to lend me a spoon?"
A spoon? Well, it cannot hurt to lend you a spoon.
So the servant gave the traveler a spoon and... When the water began to boil, the traveler tasted the stone soup. "Well, this won't be as good as usual, for I usually put in some salt."
Salt? Well, I don't mind giving you a pinch of salt.
The servant gave the traveler not only salt, but pepper as well. "That will be better, but it is a pity I haven't a few beans."
I can give you some. Here are some beans and a few potatoes too.
The traveler added them to his soup. "Now, would you have a carrot or an old bone?"
Of course.
And the servant gave him some carrots, and some celery, and some soup balls, and some meat.
At last the stone soup was ready. The traveler gave everyone a bowlful.
It is excellent.
It is delicious.
And to think, he made it out of just a stone.
The end. Aesop's Fables. Stone Soup.
Read and presented by George Pitropogiannakis.